Virgo, how are you? Let's do a reading for your current energy, shall we? As always, please take what works, leave what doesn't. We all know who we are in this story. And I sure appreciate each and every one of you. I really do. And if you appreciate what I do here, help me out. Hit that like button. Like, comment, share, subscribe. All that good stuff really makes a difference to my channel. And I would love to see my channel continue to grow. Here's how you can help me make that happen. All right, let's see. One more shuffle for you. And we'll cut the deck and see what's going on for all of my Virgos. Grateful, thankful for the messages, always. All right, first card out for you is the Two of Cups to the Three of Swords. Both of them are reversed. So, we have a relationship situation this week brewing. If you're not in a relationship, this might not be your reading. But we do start out with the Two of Cups coming in reverse, crossed by the Three of Swords. And in the recent past, we have the Eight of Cups also coming in reversed. So I feel like you don't want to walk away from a relationship that has gone through some real testing times. When we do have the Three of Swords, something has happened, all right? Something has happened that has hurt you, that has led to not having a lot of trust. Should I go with it? Should I not go with it? Do I believe them? Do I not believe them? I think all of these thoughts come to play with this, the energy between you and someone that you are involved with. So the thing is what do you do moving forward? Because you don't want to give up on it, because here it shows that you don't want to walk away and leave, but you don't want to get hurt anymore. Now, at the base of what's going on, we do have the Emperor showing up here. So this person, they might have a lot of influence. They may have a lot of control. They might have, all of the reasons why you don't want to walk away from them. But here, there's a little confusion. Is this really what you want? Is this really the relationship that you want to, fight for and really put all of this energy into, especially if, you've already been hurt and you just don't like the way that it's been going. Now, we do have the Nine of Wands coming in reversed in the near future. And when we have the energy of the Knight of Wands, you reach a point of, being exhausted. It's like you just don't want to continue fighting for this. So I think you're on the fence, Virgo, as to whether or not you want to put any more energy into this relationship. This is the Seven of Pentacles. It is reversed. I think you planted a lot of seeds with this person. I think you've done a lot. You've gone through, history between you and this person, and now you're at that point. It's just like, I don't know whether I should continue to feed this energy or we should just let it go. And I say that because we've got the Ten of Swords coming here, and I think there's a part of you that knows that whatever has happened in the past between you and this person, it's probably going to happen again. All right. I just feel like, a leopard doesn't change their spots, and this person is not going to change. And here with this Ten of Swords, it's like you give them that one more chance. All right. You don't walk away. You give them that one more chance. And now here is that last sword, and you've got to reach for your own way to get out of this. All right. I just feel like that if you stick around and you hang in there, that chances are you're going to be disappointed. You're going to be hurt. It's just like I said, nothing has really changed with them. The fact that, you continue to hang in there gives them the open of like, well, she'll always take me back. He'll always take me back. So I think there is a little bit of, instability as far as really being sure about the direction you want to go in. And that shows here with this Two of Wands. All right, the Two of Wands is about, you really wanting to move in a direction, but you're tied to the situation where you're at. The fact that it comes in reverse, it's kind of telling me that, maybe what I need to do is kind of really figure out, what would be my next move? What happens if I go off on my own? All right, because here we do have the Ace of Pentacles above you, and it is reversed. So I think you need to turn this around and really look at what is it that you want moving forward, all right? Because the Ace is a gift, all right? And this says, you could have a real new opportunity in another direction if you, decide to focus on it. And right now, I don't think you're that focused on like what would happen moving forward. So, you know, it's one of those things. Where do you want to be in a year from now with this person? Is it going to continue to be what it is? Are you guys having the ability to grow, to move forward? You know, are you losing out opportunities of what you really want with this Ace of Pentacles? You know, how is it that you really want to move forward? Now, the final outcome for you, interestingly enough, is the Five of Cups. No, the Five of Wands. And with the Five of Wands, you know, when it comes in reverse, it's like you feeling like maybe you don't know how to make this change. All right, because the Five of Wands is about putting yourself out there. It's about, you know, really kind of getting yourself in a position where you can go up against the competition and, you know, make something of yourself. So I'm sensing a little insecurity of like, well, if I was to leave, what would I do? And if, you know, and if this is what I want to do, am I in a place where I can go up against other people and really, you know, shine a little bit brighter? Well, why not? You know, roll up your sleeves, clean up your act, you know, and I think you'll be just fine. You know, so I really feel like you are sitting on the fence when it comes to like, well, maybe I'll give them another chance. And I see here you probably are going to give them another chance. And, you know, it's like in the words of a friend of mine said, you're not going to, you know, leave this person until you're ready to leave this person. I mean, that's just the bottom line. You know, when you're done with them, you're finally done. But I feel like you're going to go one more time, you know, just to see whether or not, well, maybe this time it will be different. I can't see that it's going to be any different, honestly. And with the Emperor here at the base of what's going on, I almost feel like you know that there's another road that you have to take. You know, like destiny is calling you. He's got this map at the foot of what's going on in his life, you know. And if we see this as you, it's just like, you know, I used to have a dream. This is what I wanted to do in my life, you know, and this is what I always felt called to do. But then I met this person and, you know, everything changed, right? And then this dream left your vision, it left your thoughts, you know. And now that, you know, the struggle with this relationship has kind of shown itself, I think now it's time to remember this dream. It's time to remember what it is you really wanted to do in your life and then go after it. You have the ability to make the change, to move in the direction you want to go with. And listen, you can do this while you're still trying to figure out this relationship. And, you know, that might just be the turning point. I mean, it's just like you don't have to wait till you're gone and you walked away from this person for this to happen. While you are with this person, you can start walking towards that dream, that one thing that you know you've been wanting to do your whole life. Don't set that aside, all right? Because here with this Two of Wands, you know, it's almost saying, you know, remember that thing you used to want to do, that thing that had fueled your fire all those years ago, and then you met this person, and that kind of got thrown out the door. It's time to reconnect with that vision, that dream, that guided way, that calling that you had before you met this person. All right, so this is what I've got for you, Virgo, for this week. Please take what works, leave what doesn't. We all know who we are in the story. Now, I sure appreciate each and every one of you. I really, really do. And if you appreciate what I do here, help me out. Hit that like button. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Really makes a difference to my channel. And I would love, like I said, to see my channel continue to grow. So with that being said, be happy, be healthy, be kind. I'll see you later. Bye now.